Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. You've manifested this message today. So first of all, I want you to just slow down a little bit. Because often I see people saying, I can't see or find no meaning in my life. Like meaning would be something that would just appear, like you would just experience it. But meaning is a byproduct of what we do. So before we go further, I want to remind you that you're such a kind, gentle and loving soul. Do you know that? How often you remind yourself that you're such a kind, gentle and loving soul. And that may be the reason that you're often hurt, because you just sense more than others. And it's okay. But it's not okay if you don't know what to do with that. So sometimes we are lacking the right tools to deal with our own pain, right? So never let other people's cruel actions stop you from seeing how beautiful you are, how gentle you are, how kind you are. Because people maybe hurt you, and maybe you've been hurt in the past because you are that kind of a soul. And you may think that it's a curse, that you're like that. You would be rather like the one who's not feeling anything, right? Because they look strong and they look like courageous, like, you know, but if you look the most incredible artists, or let's say the most incredible artwork you can find on the world, the most incredible poetry, the most incredible music that inspired billions of people, those people were the most gentle, kind and loving souls. The only way that you can produce beautiful work, that you can help others, is by being empathic, by being kind, by being gentle, by being loving. But you also need to know how to empower your energy, how to set boundaries. So my friends, I want to remind you there is more to life than what you've experienced lately. So if you will stick around, you will see. But there's something in your life that's causing you pain and suffering at present that is a call to bring an acceptance to it right now. So this is such an important reminder, because when we feel like we are suffering, we like to suppress that and say, yeah, well, I'm okay, and put that smile on the face, right? But deep inside, you know what time it is. So my friends, you know that the greatest power is in acceptance. That's the key to liberation. Acceptance. And acceptance doesn't mean that you should stay where you are. Acceptance means that you stop forcing things to change. Because every time we force something to change, we push the change away. And when you accept what is, you allow yourself to move through what you feel. And that's power. That's power. So change what you can and acknowledge and allow what you can't, right? What it means. Change what you can change. Focus on what's in your power to change. See your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your behaviors, your habits, your daily routines, daily rituals. It's in your power to change. The words you're using, the boundaries that you're setting, it's all in your power, and you know that. And learn to allow what you can't change. So there are things you can't change, what people are saying to you, how people are treating you. Actually, we can do something to change that as well. I will talk more about it later. We can change the outcomes in life. We can create beautiful experiences. When we become aware of our power, most of our power is stuck in pain. It's the stored energy. And when the life force is stored, you can't use it for creating, right? So to free that creative energy, you need to accept what you feel so we can move through what you feel. And what acceptance means? It means that you allow yourself, you choose to slow down. You take a moment in your day. You close your eyes and you acknowledge what you feel. Don't lose yourself then, just acknowledge it. You know, when we pay attention to emotion, to any kind of emotion, it will be released. When you place your attention, you place your energy. When you place the energy to a block that is stuck, like something that's stored within you, you will release it. And while that energy will be releasing itself, you will experience clarity, what was stored within it. And that's where we learn a lesson. Many people hold a lot of anger inside of them because maybe they're not living the life they know they want to live. And rather than finding somebody with whom they could go into those deeper conversations, they close themselves down. But rather than closing yourself down, sit down, go within yourself, close your eyes, cut the distractions, and pay attention to what you feel right at this moment. Pay attention to what you feel. Doesn't matter how unpleasant it is, pay more attention to it. Do not think about it. Do not try to figure it out. Just listen to it. Like there would be a friend of yours in front of you who's been hurt. You're not trying to change that person. You're just there to listen what's going on inside of his or her, right? That's what it means to be a good friend. Now be a good friend to yourself. Be a good friend to yourself. Because the power to manifestation, the power to manifest abundance and wealth and health is within you. But because that energy has been stuck and because you've been experiencing a lot of that pain and because you've been overwhelmed with all the sensation and you've made up a meaning out of what are you feeling, you've made a story that is kind of explaining what's going on in your life, you may feel stuck. But that story is not yours. That's a meaning your brain designed out of what you feel inside your body. All the sensations, the signals the body sending to the brain. But you know what? You don't see life with your eyes. You see it with your brain. Right? And the more words your brain has, the more things you can see. So it means that if you want to understand yourself better, you need to gain words so we can explain what you are going through, what you are feeling. If you want to live a greater life, you need to gain words that will help you to explain what greater life means to you, what it is, what abundance is. Abundance is just a word. We've made words up. But we need to know the meaning behind it, right? And that's how we start changing the outcomes. That's how we start changing that people start treating us differently. We start attracting more kind people, more positive people into our lives. When we learn to take care of that, you see, you've been poisoned with what you've been through. But don't let that poison take away your dream. Never let that poison take away the dream that you have for your future. Because life is but a dream, right? But fear often disturbs the faithful. And if you don't have faith for the dream, you will start believing your doubts. And when you start believing your doubts will become real. And when your doubts will become real, that will become your reality. And because most of us have been conditioned to think that life is a struggle, we don't even think about to step outside of this box of struggling, right? So we just accept it as it is. And of course, acceptance is the first step towards change. But it doesn't mean that we should stay there. Acceptance helps us to stop fighting with what is, but accept what is and change what you can, right? And that is in your control, to change what you can. But it takes a decision, a sequence of decisions, until new decisions become new habits, right? And you can start designing new habits, and new habits will lead you to new life. Because life is a sequence of choices. That's how we are creating reality, producing what we are seeing. A choice will lead you to an experience. An experience will be a byproduct of the choice you've made. So, my friends, I want to remind you that you are greater than your mistakes. You're more than what you've been through. And you need to remind yourself that you are bigger than what was, greater than what is, and worthy of what will be. You need to remind yourself that. And when you feel unworthy, don't just follow the affirmations. Don't just try to change your thinking, but recognize the reason why you feel unworthy. What is saying to you that you're unworthy? Maybe your reality right now is kind of reflecting back to you that you're unworthy of change. But if you look closer, like a scientist who's studying the patterns of why something is the way it is, become the scientist of your life. Study the patterns of why something is the way it is. Feeling unworthy is just a byproduct of something that you may not understand right now, or you're not able to understand right now because you're lacking words that would explain what's going on inside of you. That's why knowledge can be power. So reading books, educating yourself, learning more about your body, your mind, your emotional system, your spirit. Keep learning, my friends. And you will see that there's so much you can do. So, my friends, if anything is resonating here with you, I'm happy for that. I hope you found some value in today's message, and I want to remind you we are running a new giveaway on my Instagram page, AttractPassion. Go there and check it out. And to all of you, I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Have a beautiful day. Stay creative. Until next time, one love.